It's time to have a look at Chiliz again. In the last video that was published on the 27th of October, we concluded that Chiliz looks solid. And one of the main points of argument there was the number of holders over time. The Chiliz holders, they held on and they spread the word, more and more holders of the CHZ token over time, which is very bullish. This is definitely not something that you can say for any altcoin. So we looked at various data points. We looked at relative valuations. Let's dive back into the charts. What you see over here, this vertical line, that's the 27th of October. So since we talked about Chiliz, the price went up by almost 50%. Now, crypto in general went up, but Chiliz definitely did some kind of an outperformance here. So this is Bitcoin since the 27th of October, went up by 3.7%. This is Ethereum, went up by 5.4%. And what we can also look at is a measure called Total 3. So this is the cryptocurrency market cap of all the altcoins. So we are looking here at the market cap except Bitcoin and Ethereum. So how did that do since the 27th? Of course, altcoins did slightly better. We are looking at a performance of a bit over 7%. So still, we can see Chiliz did pretty much a phenomenal outperformance. We can also just look at this in terms of Chiliz divided by Ethereum, for example. Okay, so we're now not just looking at Chiliz in US dollars, but Chiliz in Ethereum, so to speak. And sometimes Chiliz isn't that solid, right? You have to ride the waves, you have to ride momentum. You can potentially get caught up in an 85% underperformance, but if you time this right, then you outperform nicely. And that's the nice thing about crypto. In crypto, you really have attention waves. Money moves from one altcoin to the next, and you really want to ride those waves. You don't just want to look at the US dollar prices and then conclude, okay, Bitcoin is now high, Ethereum is now high, Chiliz is now high, so I want to sell everything. What you rather want to do is you want to stack sets, so to speak. You want to outperform. You want to measure your crypto portfolio, not in US dollars, but maybe in Bitcoin. And you want to accumulate more Bitcoin over time by riding those relative valuation charts. That's my approach. I do believe in crypto over the long term. I do think that Bitcoin in 10 years from now is not going to be at 20K, but rather at 200K or even higher. And with that mindset, I don't want to look at US dollar prices, but at relative valuations. Now, when we look at Chiliz relative to Bitcoin, this does look already somewhat heated. So when we check these daily fluctuations, you can see Chiliz relative to Bitcoin hasn't been that high for a while, and it has only been at these elevated prices for very brief periods. Chiliz versus Ethereum doesn't look as bad. Here we have an upside potential of maybe 130% or so. But there's definitely quite a bit of attention on the token. Now, why is there so much attention? It's obviously because of the upcoming World Cup. And I do expect this again to simply be an attention game. In other words, once the World Cup starts, then the people that are currently buying in, they might start to sell off. They might not completely liquidate the entire position, but they might start to sell off. So actually, once the World Cup is running, the price growth could slow down. I don't think, though, that this here will already be the ceiling. I don't think a lot of people actually look at these relative Chiliz to Bitcoin charts. And I also think that Chiliz relative to Ethereum is a more relevant chart because you're kind of like comparing altcoins now. What you could also do is simply just look at Chiliz market cap. So you go crypto cap CHZ, and then you divide this by the altcoin market cap. Okay, so divided by total 3. That's then what we get. Also not necessarily incredibly encouraging, but we also see, for some reason, I'm not sure exactly why, we don't get much data history over here. So what am I doing with all of this? Am I currently now selling my Chiliz after roughly 10 days of holding and 50% of gains? No, I don't do just yet, right? I wait for more attention to flow to the coin. One thing to also always monitor is the trading volume, because trading volume is a pretty good indication for the degree of attention on something. So actually, let's go here. Let's look at all time. You can see over here, when the trading volume is very, very high, the price tends to be high. When the trading volume goes down, attention goes down, the price also tends to decline. When we zoom in over here, right, high trading volume, high price, trading volume goes down, price tends to decline. And where we are currently is not historically high. We are somewhat elevated, but we have seen higher prices and higher trading volumes in the past. The reason why I look here at coin market cap for the trading volume and not just a trading view and check, for example, here the volume, is because with trading view, you only get the trading volume of your particular price feed. Okay, so you only get, say, in this particular case, let's look at this, the Binance trading volume. But once you go to coin market cap and you look at this volume here, you actually get the trading volume of all markets aggregated. So you do get Binance, but you also get this for other trading pairs besides USDT. You also get this for Qcoin, etc. So all of this is added up, and this gives a slightly more accurate view on trading volume. That's why I go here to coin market cap. Currently, we are somewhat elevated, but it's not yet dangerously high. And given the whole idea around that trade, I still stick around for a while. I'm not going to hold this forever. Even though the tokenomics aren't bad, there is no token inflation here, and there is, as said before, a rising number of holders. So in general, over the very long term, Chiliz doesn't look bad. I do expect Chiliz to continue to outperform things like Bitcoin or Ethereum over the years, but I also don't want to live through those bearish modes of minus 85%, right? If you can ignore these kinds of moves and you simply just buy and forget for 5 years, then Chiliz might be one possible bet. But if you want to ride the waves, and that's my approach to everything, then I do think the wave is not yet completely over. And I do think selling maybe in a week or two might make more sense. So yeah, that's the idea on Chiliz. Feel free to check out the Telegram group in case you haven't yet. So here at the bottom left, you see Bitcoin Strategy Channel. Simply search for that within Telegram and feel free to message me there directly. We are more than 1,000 people. It's not incredibly active. We are now in a crypto winter. So your message definitely will get my attention as well. So just search for that Bitcoin Strategy Channel within Telegram. Thanks again for watching and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.